Carly Simon was born in 1945 in the Bronx, New York City. She's a singer, songwriter, musician, and children's author. Rolling Stone described her as having a superbly controlled voice, and in reference to her debut album, self-titled Carly Simon, her superbly controlled voice was complemented with deft arrangements. Her debut album actually won her a Grammy for Best New Artist. Then she followed this up with her next album, Anticipation, and this was the title track as well. Anticipation, I mean. Then she recorded and released her third album, No Secrets, with the hit single, You're So Vain. So this song, That's the Way I Always Heard It Should Be, was on her debut album, Carly Simon, which was released in 1971. And this is a song with music written by Carly Simon and lyrics by Jacob Brackman. They met at a summer camp in 1967 where they were both counsellors. And then from then on, they had this amazing songwriting partnership. This song is described as having a semi-classical melody in the style of Gabriel Fauré. So it's interesting that a man wrote the lyrics for the song from a woman's point of view. And the song came out of a conversation that Carly Simon and Jacob Brackman actually had. They were both going through some relationship issues at the time, and Brackman was worried after his girlfriend moved in that he would have to give up some of his identity and personal space. And I would just like to read a description of the song from here as well. And it says, the song shows a family life in shambles underneath its affluent veneer, with the singer fearing that her own future holds more of the same. And my interpretation is as well, is that there are expectations, social expectations in the case of this song that the person would get married. And in the song, Carly sings, so we'll marry. So it's about following through with those social expectations, but also questioning, is that really what is going to make my life happy or not? So that's a bit about the song. This is the live album, not the live version, the album version of the song, because I particularly love the arrangements here. Or the arrangement here. So anyway, let's hear it.
My father sits at night with no lights on. His cigarette glows in the dark. The living room is still. I walk by, no remark. I tiptoe past the master bedroom where my mother reads her magazines. I hear her call sweet dreams, but I forget how to dream. But you say it's time we moved in together and raised a family of our own, you and me. Well, that's the way I've always heard it should be. You want to marry me, we'll marry. My friends from college, they're all married now. They have their houses and their lots. They have their silent noons, tearful nights, angry dawns. Their children hate them for the things they're not. They hate themselves for what they You say that we can keep our love alive. Babe, all I know is what I see. The couples cling and claw and drown in love's debris. You say we'll soar like two birds through the clouds, but soon you'll cage me on your shelf. I'll never learn to be just me first by myself. Well, okay, it's time we moved in together and raised a family of our own, you and me. Well, that's the way I've always heard it should be. You want to marry me? We'll
Wow, how beautiful. Oh, what an amazing singer Carly Simon is. And this is the remastered version, so it's not the original version of it. It's the original version, but I'm pretty sure it's not the original cover. But it's a remastered version. Beautiful. Her voice, she has this ability to really tell a story and bring out the emotion behind the song. And, of course, no exception with her performance on the recorded version as well. Beautiful. I'd like to go through and step through the song. It's such a poetic song. Very, very well written. So the first part of the song, it begins with piano and vocals, and it's very reflective, and you can hear the way she phrases the vocal line is just beautiful as well.
My father sits at night with no lights on. His cigarette glows in the dark. The living room is still. I walk by, no remark.
Beautiful. And she ended that phrase just singing the notes straight, no vibrato. In fact, she doesn't use a lot of vibrato in this. It just suits the song. It's beautiful. And I really love the separated notes in the high end of the piano part during this. You can hear they're 2-note chords. I'm pretty sure it's octaves. And the notes are slightly separated. It's just beautiful. I'll go back and play it just to hear that.
My father sits at night with no lights on.
Like
His
there.
cigarette glows in the dark.
Nice high note there. She sang really well.
Still, I walk by, no remark. I tiptoe.
Yes, and here you can hear the beautiful mallet drum fill, using mallets. And the bass is in here, and there's some string accompaniment as well. It's just beautiful. It's slightly louder dynamic level here as the song is building.
Past the master bedroom where my mother reads her magazines.
Beautiful viola there too.
Sweet
Melody line.
but I forget how to dream.
Lovely couple of chords there into the cadence at the end of this section. And what a beautiful vocal. I mean, the whole vocal's so poetic, as I said. Forget How to Breathe. It's beautiful. And so sad, this song.
But you say it's time we moved in together and raised a family of our own, you and me. Well, that's the way I've always heard it should be.
And the drums have been more continuous with sort of an eighth note pattern happening there as well. And then now the drums suddenly stop and she sings, "You Want to Marry Me." It's the questions that are brought about in the song lyrics. Then she says, "You want to marry me, we'll marry." So do you want to marry me? So we'll marry. Beautiful lyrics as well. That's coming up here.
You want to marry me, we'll marry.
Lovely
My
end to that
friends
section.
from college, they're all married now.
Sounds like there's a bit more reverb on the piano here, and it adds to the ambience of the song at this point. And that hauntingness of the song. It's so beautiful. And the strings, of course, and now it's suddenly at a slightly quieter dynamic level as well. I'll play it from the start of this section.
Friends from college, they're all married now. They have their houses and their love.
Beautiful high note she sings.
They have their silent noons, tearful nights, angry dawns.
Oh, and that beautiful resonant low note she just sang there. She's got such dynamic control as well within her vocal delivery, and you can hear the variation within each phrase of slightly louder, slightly softer, so stressing some syllables over others and some words over others for impact. Just beautiful. And coming up, you'll hear some of her amazing flips in register once again. Mallet fill coming up.
Their children hate them for the things they're not. They hate themselves for what they are. And yet they drink, they laugh, close the wound, hide the scar.
Oh, now this very much bigger mallet fill, but just those lyrics, close the wound, hide the scar. This is so well written. I love it.
Wound, hide the scar. But you say it's time we moved in together, raised a family of our own, you and me.
Nice vibrato on
Well, that's the way I've always heard it should be. You want to marry me, we'll marry.
See, and it's interesting, the arrangement there, and the drums stop for her to sing, "You want to marry me, we'll marry." So this is the big question in this song. There's that question over, does she want to get married? There's the expectation. So she's given in and said, well, yes, I'll do that. But there's the question hanging in there over, well, do we need to get married? It's a social expectation, perhaps, but do we need to really? Very interesting. And she just sang that line so breathy as well. Beautiful. I'll just go back.
We'll marry. You say that we can keep our love alive. Babe, all I know is what I see. The couples cling and claw and drown in love's debris.
beautiful couple of cadenced chords. Oh, wow. I love the way she slides off the word babe and then off C. And that beautiful lyric, love's debris. How beautiful is that? I'll play that section again, then I'll let it play into the next section that's led in by the mallet fill again.
You say that we can keep our love alive. Babe, all I know is what I see. The couples cling and claw and drown in love's debris.
Nice.
You say we'll soar like two birds through the clouds, but soon you'll cage me
Viola line there.
on your shelf. I'll never learn to be just
I just want to stop it there. That word, she sings so beautifully too, shelf. I'll lead into that.
on your shelf. I'll never learn to be just me first by myself.
Great phrasing. Now big mallet fill again. Continuing mallets.
Well, okay, it's time we moved in together and raised a family of our own, you and me. Well, that's the way I've always heard it should be. You want to marry me?
Stop.
We'll marry.
Oh, and it just sounded so beautiful, that ending too, with a bit of effect on her voice as well. But she just sang that so beautifully. I'll just play that ending again.
We'll marry.
Yeah, there's some layering, vocal layering at the end there. And then just the strings fading out on their own at the end. It's so beautifully done. What an amazing performance of this song by Carly Simon. Great song, well written by both her and Jacob Brackman. That's a masterpiece too. My favourite Carly Simon song of all time. I hope you enjoyed my reaction, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye for now.